run round the top with Migrator, who's running for the first time since the autumn on the outside of Farmar. Then a gap back to Pollardstown, the champion hurdle runner-up last year. On his inside is Baron Blakeney, the Triumph Hurdle winner last March. Then Connaught Ranger, then a gap back to Halin. Halin, the warm favourite, to complete a double for David Ellsworth. And Broadsword is the back marker at present. Left-handed as they face up to the third flight of hurdles. 2.5 miles, remember. And it's Farmar on the inside of Migrator. Migrator, who's won 6 of his 7 races since Les Kennard bought him at last summer's sales. Pollardstown jumps out in third from Baron Blakeney, then Connaught Ranger on the outside, Halin on the inside, then Broadsword, Esparto, a Schweppes possible, and last of all is the Knife. Facing up to the fourth, Farmar and Migrator with a clear lead, 10 or 12 lengths clear from Pollardstown in second, or third rather, and Baron Blakeney and Halin, then Connaught Ranger and Broadsword, Esparto and the Knife as they come to the third flight of hurdles. Fourth rather. Farmar from Migrator, 15 lengths back is Pollardstown with Baron Blakeney, then Connaught Ranger and Halin, the last three Esparto, Broadsword and the Knife. Sweeping away from the stands, and still these two disputing it with a long lead from the rest of the field, the bulk of the field. Farmar and Migrator, and you can see how far clear they are from the rest. So far the other jockeys not taking any notice. Baron Blakeney is on the inside of Pollardstown and Philip Blacker. Connaught Rangers on the outside of that group of three. Halin tracking that little group, then Broadsword and then Esparto and then the Knife. But it's still these two leaders with a 15 length advantage as they race down to the fifth. Farmar it is now who leads fractionally from Migrator and Richard Dennis on the outside. Coming to the hurdle now is Pollardstown with Baron Blakeney and Connaught Ranger and Halin, then Broadsword and Esparto, and last of all the Knife. Starting to come to the bottom of the hill as they come to the sixth flight of hurdles. Farmar and Migrator still almost stride for stride at that one. They've still got this long lead from Pollardstown, then Baron Blakeney on the inside, Connaught Ranger on the outside, then Halin and Broadsword and Esparto. The Knife's tailed off now, and that was the seventh flight that the bulk of the field are now jumping and all over that. And Steve Jobard just pulling his mount towards the outside. Doesn't want to give him too much to do, but doesn't want to get there too soon as he did last time against Daring Rose. As the leaders come to the third last, and now it's Migrator who leads by 2 or 3 lengths from Farmar, but they're tired horses. Pollardstown jumps into third, then Connaught Ranger and Halin, then Broadsword, who's still close enough if he's good enough. Baron Blakeney is behind that, and then a long gap back to Esparto as they breast the top of the hill, and now Pollardstown moves up on the inside of Migrator. Halin going very close in third place. Connaught Rangers on his outside, and Broadsword's behind that. Then Baron Blakeney dropping out quickly as Farmar, and Esparto is tailed off. As they start to run downhill, Pollardstown, the Triumph Hurdle winner of 3 seasons ago. On his outside is Migrator, then Connaught Ranger behind that, and Halin on the inside, then Broadsword, and any one of those 5 could win. There's a gap after that to Baron Blakeney as they start the run steep downhill towards the second last, and it's Pollardstown and Philip Blacker from Connaught Ranger. Halin's in third on the inside, towards the outside Migrator, but Broadsword is looking a more potent threat than that as they come towards the third last, and second last rather, and Pollardstown leads over it from Halin in second, Connaught Ranger and Broadsword, and these 4 have drawn clear. Pollardstown and Philip Blacker, but Steve Jobard sitting comfortably on Halin on his heels. On the outside is Connaught Ranger, and Peter Scudamore is making his move now on Broadsword. These 4 with no more than 2 lengths between them as they come towards the last, and it's Pollardstown being challenged now by Broadsword, who's looking good. Halin's there on the far side. Connaught Ranger's under pressure and he's finding nothing, and it's Pollardstown who leads by a length, but Peter Scudamore sitting on his heels on Broadsword, and Halin doesn't seem to be finding a great deal as they come towards the last, and here goes Broadsword through that. Broadsword by 2 or 3 lengths now from Pollardstown in second. Halin's finding nothing up the hill, and Broadsword is going to hold on to this advantage, although Pollardstown is fighting back, as is Halin. But it's Broadsword, and this is the old horse right back to his best here. Broadsword increasing his advantage now with 50 yards to run. Halin coming to rest second place from Pollardstown, but at the line Broadsword wins it. Halin second, Pollardstown is third, then a gap back to Connaught Ranger, who is fourth. Very tired behind that is Baron Blakeney and Migrator. and the rest are a long way behind. So the result of the Tote Treble hurdle, a win for number 5, Broadsword, owned by Lord Northampton.